What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka CoachKe, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's time to do the monthly paycheck to paycheck budget slash overview. So the way that I like to do my budgets, for those of you all who are new, I like to do things from an overall estimation perspective so that I can pretty much kind of guesstimate how my income and how my finances are going to go from week to week. And then I also like to break everything down on a paycheck to paycheck basis as well with the actuals. So one thing that I do want to point out before I get started is that I did have to change one bill, and that was my cell phone bill. I forgot that my cell phone is not $51.75 anymore. It went up, so my portion of the cell phone is now $58.75. Well, that's what it was showing, plus my insurance went up by $4 because I have an iPhone instead of a Droid, and I totally forgot that this went up to this last month. So I went ahead and I already changed that here, and that's that. So I like to calendarize everything because then I can see where bills fall with what paychecks, right? Then I do an overview to kind of see how much can I estimate that I'll be able to send to savings, and when I was in debt, send to debt as well. How much do I have that I can send safely with the overestimated expenses that I have? After that, I like to do the paycheck to paycheck overview. So when you guys see me do the weekly paycheck to paycheck budgets, that's the actual, but I like to do the estimate before the month begins first so that I can see kind of where things are falling, okay? So based on, sorry, I keep flipping back and forth. I do this based on my personal expenses or personal fixed expenses, which I don't have very many, but I do still want to write my business expenses in there. It's just not going to come out of the totals that we have for each week. And the reason why I want to do that is because I like to check off on this page as I'm paying bills, or as you know, bills are coming out of my account, as well as I like to do it here. You don't have to be as anal as I am, but there's a reason why I'm as anal as I am, and there's a reason why I've gotten to this point financially to where, you know, if you missed the last video, my income is only $1,800 this month. I'm very part-time at the moment in between travel assignments, and I'm okay with it this way. Some people would freak out and have to dip into savings. I'm not gonna have to do that. So that's that. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and do the monthly overview, and as I can see it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So I need at least 6 lines in each box, but I'm gonna go for 8 just in case. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and split this off into 4 boxes, and I will see y'all in a second. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna write up here is that the income is $1,800, and then our budget for this month, I'm gonna zoom y'all in, I believe it was $1,000. Yeah, it was $1,000, but I do separate out my supplements because I don't do the supplements on a weekly basis. I just buy it all at one time. So that means $900, and we're going based on 4 weeks. So that means $225 per week for our variable expenses. So I'm gonna put up here, budget is 900 divided by 4 is 225, and I do need to make sure that I write the supplements in separately, and that's going to be $100. So to estimate my income on a weekly basis, because I'm not getting paid weekly at the moment while I'm in between assignments, is that I do everything based on income that's earned up until Friday. So it goes from the previous Saturday to the Friday. And even though you see payday here, I did not count this income in my $1,800 whatsoever, okay? So because of that, the only payday that we have is this one, so the income will be 0. And these expenses will go from Friday to Thursday. So all of my income that is earned from Saturday to Friday pays for expenses that go from Friday to Thursday. So I'm going to go ahead and write out the date. So April 5th to the 11th. And then the income, as I said, is going to be $0. And then next we have April 12th through April 18th. That income, look, I'm messing up, y'all. All discombobulated. That income is going to include this nursing check, which I just went ahead and did $900. I should get paid more than that, but that's my underestimation. So then we have April 19th through the 25th, 0. Okay, so the 19th through the 25th expenses come from income from here. There is no income, so that's going to be $0. And then this one here is going to include this paycheck, which is going to be $900. And that's going to be the 26th through the 2nd. So my April budget goes from April 5th to May 2nd. All right, so at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and write in our budget into each week. And I'm going to split the boxes because we have to do a running total. And as I said, the budget is $225. So now I'm just going to go ahead and write in my personal expenses, the few that I have, and we're going to go ahead and do our subtracting. So I'm going to subtract my expenses from the income for that week. So if you get paid bi-weekly every 2 weeks like I do, you don't have to do this on a weekly basis. You can make everything simple for yourself by just doing this paycheck and that paycheck and leaving it at that. I don't like to do it that way because I like to reconcile my budget on a weekly basis. Going through 2 weeks of expenses in my expense tracker would just be hell. Like and I got a third page over here. I don't have time for that, okay? So this is where I'm left with. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and write in my business expenses. I'm just gonna skip a line. And like I said, it's just so that I can check off to make sure that these things are paid as well. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna do my totals for the business expenses, but I'm actually going to go upwards. So I'm going to add instead of subtract. And that's just so I can know the total that I can expect to come out of my account for that week, because these are fixed expenses. And my business expenses are completely separate. Like I have an LLC business account. So I don't have to worry about like combing through things anymore. So that's that. So at this point, this is kind of what I can expect. And on the bottom of this sheet, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to kind of estimate, you know, how much I have for savings and stuff like that. Like I told you guys in the last video, what you come up with as far as like what you have left over for savings in this part is going to look completely different from this page, okay? And I'm gonna explain to you guys a little bit why, and hopefully you understand. If you don't, then you could just leave a comment down below. So at this point, this is going to be my plan for the leftover. Okay, so in week 1, actually, let me just write out all the weeks real quick. Week 1, we are negative 225. Week 2, we're positive 675. Week 3, we are negative 409.95. And week 5, we are positive 667.01. So we're going to go ahead and add that up. So 225 negative, we're going to add 675, subtract the 409.95, and then we're going to add the 667.01. And that gives us a surplus of 707.06. So in regards to, oh, you know what? That's not correct. I forgot to write in my supplements. So I'm going to order my supplements here. Oh, I didn't give myself enough room. So I'm actually just going to order them here. Honestly, I'm okay with putting them in a negative week. Typically, I like to reconcile weeks that are negative, but there's really no way for me to, and I'm okay with that because I can't buy groceries here because I need them for this particular week. So I'm going to write the supplements in here, which means we have 325 that were negative. So that's going to change the bottom. So it's really 607.06. Now, here is why this number is different from this number. Remember, with our budget, we only needed $1,000, but we gave ourselves $1,044.58. Okay, so that already gives us a little bit extra here, right? Which means that we've undercut ourselves on the savings side. All right, so basically, if we add up, what is this? $44.58. So this minus what we have budgeted, because we gave ourselves some cushion, if we add that amount, the $44.58 to the $562.48, that gives you the $606.06 that you'll actually have left over if you stick to your $1,000. Because the thing is, if you spend less than $1,000 on your groceries and personal household and all of that stuff, you're actually going to have even more than the $606.06. But still, my goal is just the $562 because I am giving myself that little bit of cushion. Okay, so here's my plan for what I want to do with this $607.06. Typically, I like to put $350 a month into my tax account. At this point, I'm not going to do that anymore. And that's because really for taxes is really just for my business, because my business income is not taxed at all. As far as my W-2 income, my W-2 income is taxed enough because I only claim one allowance. And really, I might even go down to 0 allowances, not exempt. I'm going to go to 0 allowances so that I'm taxed what I'm supposed to. I'm actually overtaxed. So at this point, I don't need to put any more money in my tax sinking fund because as I'm getting paid from my business, I have a business savings as well that's attached to that checking account. I'll just take out like 25%, put it off into savings, and I don't have to worry about it. So I'm not going to do it. Actually, maybe I will put a little bit into my tax savings. So this is what I'm going to do. Or do I want to? Actually, I don't want to. Okay, so I'm gonna do 300 for my car sinking fund. And then I'm going to do the other, 307.06 into my miscellaneous / investment sinking fund. Now, more than likely what I'm probably going to do is after I put $300 in my car sinking fund, once I start doing my allocations, as you guys see on this sheet, and you guys will see me do this on a weekly basis. Once I put the $300 into my car sinking fund, more than likely my savings allocations from there on, I will put half in the car sinking fund and half in the investment sinking fund. And the reason being is because you guys will see in my sinking funds update, I had to take out over $1,000 this month out of the car sinking fund, and there's no telling how much I took out of this one, probably like $3 grand or so. So I do need to refund both of those, but my car sinking fund is what's most important because as my car is getting older, and I have a 2013, but you know, you always want to make sure you put off enough money on a monthly basis for your repairs. So if I do $300 a month from here on out, that means in a 12-month time frame, I've saved over $3,500, which I shouldn't, you know, need to be using that much on a monthly basis for car repairs anyway. So I think that that's going to be my plan, and you guys will be able to see when I do my weekly paycheck to paycheck budgets how this all turns out. What I try to do is kind of show you guys, you know, for week one's paycheck to paycheck budget, you guys will end up seeing this box, and then you'll see me actually break it down. So hopefully that makes sense, you guys. I really hope that it does. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Please thumbs up this video, subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.